Are you suffering from the what's called pregnancy brain and you're afraid that this is going to impact your ability to make proper and quick decisions during your labor or birth? In this video, we're going to see how we can make quick and efficient decisions using your brain. Let's start. Hello future parents, in this video we're going to see how to properly face the decision-making process that is going to come to you at some point during your pregnancy or maybe during your labor and birth. A few women suffer from what is called pregnancy brain, which is a normal and physiological conditions that make you forget easily things, and maybe you don't remember things that were explained to you just a short time ago, or simply you lose the ability to make sharp and quick decision. Well, this is a physiological process that happens to a lot of women. You're not losing your brain functions, don't worry, you're just losing the sharpness and the lucidity that sometimes is required to make decisions. And some women are afraid that this is gonna impact negatively their labor experience, because they are afraid that they're not able to make proper decisions regarding a choice that they have to make at some point during the pregnancy, labor and birth. So in this video, using the acronym B.R.A.I.N, I'll explain you how to analyze a choice that has been given to you to make the proper and best decision that is suitable for you and your baby in that moment. If you don't know me already and this is the first video you watch, my name is Ilenia and I'm a midwife currently living and working in the United Kingdom, and I love empower you women during their pregnancy, birth and postpartum journey. If you have not done so already, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. How to use your brain to make decisions during childbirth? Well, B.R.A.I.N is an acronym that we use to really go through some decision making. Let's go through each letter to see what I mean. B stands for benefits. When someone gives you an option, analyze properly and carefully the benefits that this option has onto your pregnancy. In the same way, the R stands for risks. Always ask what are the risks involved with this procedure. We as a healthcare providers, we tend to highlight mainly the benefit when we offer you an option, and we don't do this on purpose. We just want to kind of convince you that what we're offering you is the best option, but it's just my point of view and our point of view. Maybe what I'm offering to you is not the best choice for you, and therefore always make sure that you ask also the risks. The A stands for alternatives. What are your alternatives if you decide to don't go ahead with what is being offered to you? What else can you be doing, or what are your other options really in general? I stands for instinct, intuitions. Always follow your gut. I can be explain to you all the benefits and risks of a procedure and you're absolutely sure that you're gonna accept it or decline it. But if there is something in your gut that tells you that it is not the right choice to accept or decline an option, just follow your instinct. It's always a good way to make a decision. Obviously, you're not losing your brain function, I'm telling you, but you're not losing your instinct either. And your motherhood instinct is going to be quite strong and valuable at this point. The N stands for nothing. What happens if I do nothing? What happens if I wait an hour? If I wait 2 days? If I wait a week? What are my options then? Because not doing anything sometimes can be an option. To make it a bit more clear, let me just make you an example. For example, if your healthcare provider offers you a membrane sweep, which is a procedure that involves doing a vaginal examination and to gently separate the amniotic sac from the uterine cervix. Let's start to analyze this option through the acronym B.R.A.I.N. So what are the benefits of this procedure? The benefits are that it might trigger your labor to start, or worst case scenario, it can just soften your cervix and prepare you for labor. What are the risks involved with this procedure? It's quite rare, but it might break your water. It might cause an infection. It's always an intervention, so there are risks, minimal, but there are risks involved with it. Or simply can be painful, for example. This is still like a risk of the procedure. It can be quite uncomfortable, especially if you don't need it. Why go through something that is painful? What are the alternatives? The alternatives might be use other methods, other natural methods for inducing labor, such as walking, eating dates, do some nipple stimulations. You have other options. What is your instinct? Because maybe you are at 41 weeks and you are so done with this pregnancy and you really are ready for birth and your body is really prepared, it just needs a little bit of help, and then a membrane sweep is exactly what you need. But maybe you're 38 weeks and your provider offers you a membrane sweep just because your cervix is getting ready, but maybe you're not. Maybe you still have to figure out a few things. You're still going through your nesting, you're still waiting for maternity leave, and maybe you're not ready. So just say no, because your instinct is telling you that is not the right moment to have a baby. What are your options if you do nothing? Nothing. You simply wait for the labor to start by its own, which is also another option, obviously in absence of complication. Obviously, I want to do a disclaimer. If you are in a situation of emergency and your provider suggests you an option that it really needs to be taken quick, obviously kind of go with the flow and follow what your provider is saying. We always act into your and your baby interest. But if it is a more quiet and calm situation where one option is not better than the other, take your time to go through this acronym in order to make a proper decision. This is gonna make you feel empowered and really at the center of your care. Mama, I want you to know that you always have an option, you always have choices. What we offer to you, we do because, generally speaking, we know more about your care, but we always take in consideration your opinion, your options, and what you want. So always speak it out loud and make sure that your preference and alternatives are heard. If you are during labor, for example, and you might be given an option during the peak of the contraction, it's no problem to just say, can I have a minute? Can you talk to my partner for a second? And then regain the control when you're able to do so. That's all for this video. I hope that it makes you understand what are your choices and how to better cope and face the options that you are being given during your pregnancy and birth. And if you've not done so already, please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next video. Bye bye.